Hey, so we are going to go right back into what we're talking about. The lives and walks not in the counsel of the ungodly. And that counsel of the ungodly meaning following their advice, plans, and purposes. So we have a choice in this. We choose or don't choose to follow their advice, plans, and purposes. And following means to engage, to pursue it. And a lot of times we don't like to talk about choice because that means we have a part to play in this game. And we don't like to think about that. But I go back to the beginning a lot. And I think that that brings so much clarity. So if we go back to the beginning, Adam and Eve, and we're going to look at choice from the beginning. So God created Adam and Eve, put them in the garden. And then Eve is approached by the enemy, the serpent, Lucifer. And so everything, my mom and I were talking about this morning, but everything that the enemy does is calculated. Again, he has plans to achieve a purpose. And I think a lot of times, well, not a lot of times, all the time, what he does, his plans and purposes for you and me as the enemy, is because he hates us, because God loves us so very much. That we are the objects of his affections, his beloved creation, his most treasured vessels. And so where Satan can't get God, what would be the next best thing to hurt the Father, to really hurt the heart of the Father? Any parent would tell you that to see their children suffer would be the most difficult thing they ever had to experience. Would be no different than our Father. And so the thing about it is, ask any parent whose child has undergone addiction or a fall or something, the child was doing something they ought not to be doing and suffered the consequences for it. It doesn't make the pain any less that the child chose those actions. The parent still hurts for the child. And so God gave us free choice. And in doing so, gave us the ability to follow the advice, plans, and purposes of him or the ungodly, the enemy. And so every time that we follow those plans, that we live, that we continue, that we make it our lifestyle to follow the advice and consulting, the counsel of those who do not know God, who don't have any nature or characteristics of God in them, can you imagine how much it hurts the Father? He can't make us follow his commands. He can't make us choose his ways. Yet he watches us fall and get hurt, both physically, spiritually, and emotionally. So following the plans, purposes, and advice. And let me just throw this in here. The purpose of the enemy is your destruction. Okay? The purpose of Satan, your enemy, is your destruction. Kill, steal, and destroy. His last purpose, his objective is your destruction. So therefore, anything ungodly, anything that is not like God in character or nature, is also for your destruction because it came from the enemy of your soul. Nothing that God came up with, none of his plans, none of his ways of doing things would be for your destruction, but for your benefit. And again, if we go back and we look at all of those characteristics, blessed, happy, fortunate, prosperous, and enviable is the one who does not walk and live in the counsel of the ungodly. So the opposite would be true. Blessed, happy, fortunate, enviable, and prosperous is the one who walks in the counsel of the godly, those who are like God in nature and characteristic. And so we must be cautious of the voice that we are listening to. We must know the ones that we have sought counsel from, that we have asked for advice. And so advice leading to plans, leading to purpose, and obtaining an objective. We must know the voice we are listening to. And we're going to pick up here tomorrow, and I will see you then. Bye.